This enormous facility has the dreadful distinction of being the death site for tens of thousands who suffered from tuberculosis. Tonight, two teams will battle it out here to see who can capture the most compelling paranormal evidence.
Look, 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 look. Not gonna lie.
Did you see that?
I wish I wore an adult diaper.
What the? This is Paranormal Challenge, Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
Something just flew past me.
Go, 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 go.
You spent your whole life screaming for help. Well, help is here.
Two teams.
Dude, what the?
One night.
Please help me.
One haunted location. One winner. For the ultimate in bragging rights. If you want to study and research paranormal phenomena, you must go to a place that is infested by it.
Zach Bagans, the Paranormal Challenge chairman, is also lead investigator and co-founder of the highly respected and award-winning Ghost Adventures crew. He's completed hundreds of investigations, working with the world's most renowned paranormal researchers and scientists.
I picked these teams because of how different they are. And seeing those two different styles is why I chose these two teams to investigate Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
Epic Paranormal, based in Cleveland, Ohio.
We do use our women's intuition and our sensitivities. It's just important as any pieces of the equipment that we'll use. My name is Teresa Argy. I am the co-founder of Epic Paranormal. I've been investigating the paranormal since I was probably 8 years old.
Teresa is an awesome investigator. She is so focused and professional. She basically carries our team. Hi, my name is Kathy Weber, and I'm the co-founder of Epic.
She is the real parahistorian. Kathy is also a spirit magnet. It's amazing some of the things that happen when Kathy's around.
I'm Darla Spector. Being a videographer, I wanted to bring something to the table.
Her technical know-how is priceless when you're on an investigation.
Besides keeping the energy going, she also keeps everything working as one. I think as far as the challenge goes here at Waverly, the haunted housewives are going to be cleaning house and cooking up a good investigation.
Dark Alley Paranormal, based in Columbus, Ohio.
What fuels us to be here and do what we do is to thrill of the hunt. My name's Aaron Salzer. I'm the founder of the Dark Alley Paranormal Investigators.
Our leader, Aaron, brings a lot to the table. He's great at delegating.
I think that's just kind of the key for any investigator.
My name is Alex Meyering. I am the equipment tech. I'll be the first guy if I hear something, I'm like, holy did you just hear that? Well, I'm out here to prove to myself that there is something there.
Brian is our second investigator.
Brian is the one to kind of take in his surroundings, and he's great at finding evidence that way.
I'm all about the thrill of the hunt, just trying to find something.
I honestly think we're going to win. They always say, don't go down dark alleys. Well, we're going to break that stereotype. We're going to go down that dark alley.
Waverly Hills Sanatorium was a death factory. You were sent here to die.
Waverly Hills opened its doors in 1926 as a state-of-the-art medical facility. But despite its best efforts, it couldn't save the tens of thousands of patients whose bodies were ravaged by tuberculosis. At the height of the epidemic, it was more of a mausoleum than a hospital, where an endless stream of cadavers were stacked and discarded through an underground passageway. Also host to murder and suicide, this corroding coliseum pulsates with spirit energy and is a notorious epicenter of paranormal activity.
Waverly Hills Sanatorium. This is the ultimate in haunted locations in America. Teams, welcome to Waverly Hills Sanatorium. Epic. Is it true that you're called the haunted housewives of the paranormal?
We are.
Yeah? What do you guys feel about going up against an all-guys team, Dark Alley Paranormal? Who are we going to hear scream first? The boys? All right. They look like a tough team. Well, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. This is Mike.
Waverly Hills historian Mike Flickner will take the teams on a walkthrough of the location. The information gathered here will serve as a guide for both teams that they will later be judged on during their investigations.
Pay very close attention to everything he tells you. We'll see you guys later tonight.
Years ago, they were dying so fast that they couldn't handle it, and they didn't want to upset the patients by having the hearses come up for the bodies, so they start shooting them down the body chute.
After about a death an hour, doctors soon noticed that many people were dying more from lack of hope than they were the disease of tuberculosis itself, hence the body chute. At the bottom of the chute was a temporary morgue, also helped with overflow of bodies as they were being winched down on this particular slab that you see here to your all's right.
The body chute, creepiest place I've ever been. Creepiest place I've ever set foot in.
These particular rooms right here were the actual patient rooms of Waverly Hills. And this particular room right here was Mrs. Higgs. Now, Mrs. Higgs was a patient here. Sadly, Mrs. Higgs died in this room. But is she really gone?
Is she really gone? Is she really gone?
Sometimes patients would end up on this side of the hallway. This is not the side of the hallway you wanted to end up on. These are called terminal rooms.
You would hear them crying in their sleep, or maybe they were awake because I'm sure they were in pain. The next morning you would hear silence and nobody would tell you anything, but you know what happened.
When Waverly Hills closed its doors, there was an old homeless man and his white dog that used to live on this particular floor. Now, sadly, the old man and his dog were murdered, and they were found at the bottom of this particular elevator. Along with the previous residents that also still reside here at Waverly, we also have shadow apparitions. And we do have one of them here, and it's called the Creeper. He appears in many different forms, but he's always low to the ground. And sometimes he crawls on the walls and ceilings. This is where they did the more serious of the surgeries, which would have included pneumothorax treatment and thoracoplasty. Thoracoplasty is where they would have to remove upwards to 8 ribs to get the diseased part of the lung. Many patients were wide awake during these procedures. Now, 502 has been responsible for the death of 2 nurses. First nurse, what we do know about her is she was pregnant. She was found hanging right in front of the elevator shaft. And the baby that she was pregnant with was found in the 5th floor septic system. Another nurse either fell, jumped, or was pushed from that window straight across from 502. You have to remember, this was a home to a lot of people, and it's still their home.
And I feel like they may want to make their presence known, but I do feel like that it is a haunted place.
With the competition set to begin, Zach gets each team geared up with the most advanced paranormal detection equipment for tonight's challenge.
Teams, how you doing?
Hey.
How was that walkthrough?
Amazing.
Awesome. Anybody want to drop out? Because if you do, I'll take your spot. I want to go investigate.
Definitely not.
Well, let's get to it, all right? On this table are the same exact pieces of equipment that each of you will be receiving. 2 night vision camcorders. One will go on a tripod and not leave the tripod. 1 thermal imaging camera. 2 full spectrum cameras. 1 is a still, 1 is a camcorder. You also get 2 digital recorders. You also get a millimeter that measures for electromagnetic energy and temperature. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
Suit up right now, wait for my signal, and we'll be watching you guys. See ya.
Teams will conduct their investigations simultaneously. Epic Paranormal will begin in Zone 1, which consists of the first 2 floors and the body chute, while Dark Alley Paranormal will start off in Zone 2, which is comprised of the 3rd, 4th, and 5th floors. Strict time constraints are designed to push each team to the limit. They will only be given 2 hours to complete Part 1 of the investigation, then switch locations and continue investigating for 2 more hours in Part 2. Teams will be judged on overall teamwork, technological proficiency, historical knowledge, and audio and visual evidence they are ultimately able to capture. Tonight's judges are 3 of the country's most notable paranormal experts.
To me, this is a good use of history.
Dave Schrader, acclaimed paranormal conference lecturer, co-author of The Other Side, A Teen's Guide to Ghost Hunting, and the host of the popular talk show, Darkness Radio.
They had just heard someone talking.
Beth Brown, who has investigated the paranormal for over 20 years, conducting hundreds of investigations, and founded the Virginia School of Paranormal Education and Research.
They're going in the direction that they heard grumbling.
And Dr. Pamela Ray Heath, noted parapsychologist, co-founder of the Paranormal Research Society, and author of several books on the unexplained, including Handbook to the Afterlife.
Dark Alley Paranormal. Are you guys ready? Yeah. Team Epic, the Haunted Housewives. Are you three girls ready to go?
Yes.
All right, the portals are open. Let the challenge begin. 2 hours begin right now. Dr. Pamela Heath, she is watching Team Epic, the Haunted Housewives who have just begun in Zone 1. Over here, Beth Brown, she is watching Dark Alley Paranormal in Zone 2. The challenge has just begun. Wow.
Something just grabbed my arm.
That was creepy.
Tell us about the tech setup going on here.
Yeah, each team has been given 5 pieces of equipment, so they've each got the exact same advantage going into this investigation. Then throughout the building, we also have some robotic cameras that are set up, so we can literally watch this investigation from every conceivable angle. Now, following each one of our teams, we also have a cameraman and a technician that will be following immediately behind him. So each one of the teams will be covered, we'll be able to tell exactly what's going on and get a full perspective of this investigation.
Audio up, please, on Dark Alley.
Is anybody in here with us? If so, we'd like to talk to you.
We heard from the historian that you were murdered. You and your dog. We want to be able to tell people the truth. So if you could tell us your story, we'd really appreciate it.
We should do a playback quick.
Looks like they're listening in on EVPs at Dark Alley in real time.
They just did an interactive audio session trying to contact the spirit of the homeless man who supposedly was murdered in that room.
And they call that a burst session. A burst session is when you take a digital recording device, you go in for a short amount of time, you ask questions, and you immediately review the results right there on the spot.
I love doing these short burst EVP sessions.
I do too.
It's not true, but we heard from the historian that you were murdered. You and your dog.
Yeah, did you hear
Something in there.
Something
All right.
there.
So, what was the time on it?
128.
128.
So almost like a what or something?
Yeah, something. What?
We heard from the historian that you were murdered. You and your dog. You and your dog.
All right, let's switch back over to Team Epic, please. Teresa is by herself in the scariest part of all of Waverly Hills Sanatorium, the body chute, or the death tunnel. These point-of-view cameras attaches to the team member's chest with a camera that's on kind of a banana arm and shoots back at their face.
Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna turn these lights out. It is pitch black in here.
Being in an environment like this where so much of this death was, this energy, can it survive in this location and have an effect on you?
Absolutely. It can be especially strong when it's in a close area and there's nothing to disrupt the energy.
Like this tunnel. It's like a stagnant place for this energy to just, you know, remain.
Hello? Did they bring your body down through this tunnel? Okay, I thought I just heard something. It sounded like a man's voice. All right, I'm going all the way down.
She's fearless. Look at her. She's just chugging all the way down to the end of the death tunnel. I know grown men who are terrified to get more than 10 feet into this place, and she's moving all the way down by herself. Not me. All right, maybe me a little.
It seems like it goes on forever. All right, I've made it all the way down. Okay, I'm gonna leave now. So if you'd like to say anything to me, if you have a message for your family, you want to let me know that I'm not alone down here, this is your last opportunity. Oh, I just heard something down there. I'm not leaving Waverly Hills the way you did. I'm going back up and out. That's enough for me. I'm out of here. Feels like there's somebody walking behind me.
There have been many, many cases in the death tunnel, in the body chute there. As people are going back up the stairs, they'll begin to hear footsteps follow them. They'll stop thinking it's nothing but the echo of their own footfalls, and the footsteps continue.
That was creepy.
Man, the problem is, I was just looking down the hall, just trying to get this guy on. That's why I was trying to move on the other side of you a little bit.
Oh, no. So we on a night shot?
Yeah.
God, that thing's weak.
Yeah, it's not a...
What the was that?
Look, there it is. There it is.
Wow. Look at that. What is he hearing? Go audio up, please, on Dark Alley.
Yeah, just be quiet. What the was that?
Did you just hear a scream?
Audio up. Shh.
Just be quiet.
Well, I'm not presenting that as evidence. That was outside.
I have no idea. I mean,
let's head that way.
I like that they didn't jump to the conclusion that it's paranormal activity, but I also think that it's a little remiss by not going and investigating in the area that they're hearing the screaming noises come from.
I totally agree.
Oh my God, this place is just so awesome. Mrs. Higgs, are you in here? Mrs. Higgs, there are 3 women here, me and my friends, and we understand that you were a patient here and that you passed away at a very young age. And you weren't fortunate enough to live as long as the 3 of us have. And our heart goes out to you.
This is the tone that you really want to use at a place that's so fragile as Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
Guys, I'm feeling it in the hallway. Yeah. Oh, Mrs. Higgs. Whoa. No
Are
kidding.
you here with us?
See if it goes up.
It's the first time it's went off tonight.
It is.
Alex and Aaron, operating room, 4th floor.
I think Aaron's nickname should be Eileen. Every time I see him, he's leaning on something with his hands in his pockets, looking totally disinterested in this investigation.
Where is he?
He's
off to the
opposite.
left.
Have the camera operator get a shot of him and let's see him.
Look at him. Look at him. There's Eileen now.
What is he doing?
At any point, have you seen Aaron employ any equipment besides the millimeter and speaking to the millimeter as it sits on the floor?
No.
No.
Teams, you have 10 minutes left before we call you back for debriefing. Take advantage of every minute you have.
Ball. There it is.
Okay, you want to play with Zach's balls?
Let's play with Zach's balls.
I'm sure we're going to see a lot of his
All
balls.
right, okay.
They're all over.
I think we've worn out that joke. All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're talking about playing with Zach's balls.
That's not part of the challenge.
Well, it could be if they play their cards right.
Put the millimeter by the ball. Look. There it is. There it is.
Wow. Look at that.
Now,
those are some high levels.
Are you trying to move the ball?
Or are you just trying to show us you're here?
Are you excited about being cured?
Hallelujah.
Right.
At the very end, all of a
Absolutely.
sudden stuff happens.
You never know with the paranormal. You never know when it's going to happen. Dr. Heath, you may want to cover your ears. Beth, please do the same. Dave, you won't hear it. Hi teams, how you doing? Good. Right now, we're gonna give you a little taste of how the judges feel you've been doing so far. Dave?
I got to start off and tell you, girls, you did a great job. It's been fun to watch you. You just said you're claustrophobic.
Yes.
And yet you were the first one to go down the death tunnel. We could see that you had a little nerves going on, but you kept yourself calm. That was fantastic. And Aaron, you were the first person successfully on the show to earn a nickname, Eileen. Because in every scene we see you, you seem to be leaning against the wall, hands in your pocket, totally disinterested in this investigation. I don't know if you're aware of this, but this is TV and a competition show. Let's step it up.
So with that said, we're gonna call in the Paranormal Challenge audio-visual tech, Billy Tolley. Billy?
Now that part 1 is completed, Zach presents each team with evidence captured from previous investigations as a reference for part 2.
Team Epic, what you're going to see is some really cool activity having to do with a trigger object, some that you've already seen laying around. Billy? Pretty impressive, right? Well, guess what? You're headed to this area next. Dark Alley Paranormal. We're also going to show you a video clip, a very strange anomaly in the lobby of the first floor.
Did I just catch you flying around? Oh, there you are. I did catch you flying. I see you. Can you come closer to the camera here? You can come over here. Holy wanna come over here and sit on my shoulders? Did I just catch you flying around? Oh, there you are. I did catch you flying. I see you. Can you come closer to the camera here? You can come over here. Holy wanna come over here and sit on my shoulders?
Pretty cool, huh? Thank you, Billy.
In addition to the evidence that Zach has presented, they are both given a new piece of equipment, the EM Vortex. Since spirits are said to consist of electromagnetic energy, the EM Vortex emits a magnetic field, which the spirits can potentially feed off of and use to manifest themselves.
I hope this debriefing got you some constructive information that you will take with you into part 2. Get ready, wait for my signal.
Teams will now switch locations and continue their investigation for 2 more hours. Dark Alley Paranormal will take on Zone 1, while Epic Paranormal will explore Zone 2.
That's it.
Let's go, guys.
Alex, you doing the body shoot?
Heading there now.
All by yourself?
All by myself. What was that?
Dark Alley's jumping in, and Alex is on his way to
By
the death
himself.
shoot. The body shoot.
All right.
I'm in the body shoot right now, and not gonna lie, kind of wish I wore an adult diaper. I just want to talk. For some of you, this was your final step here at Waverly Hills. I'm holding this little device, and we can communicate with each other. So if you have a message or something you want to... What the was that?
I could hear that from here. Like Alex just heard.
Sounded like banging or slamming.
Audio up.
Can you yell? Yell out your name. No way. This is one creepy place.
What floor is Team Epic on right now? Oh, they're going to the operating room?
Right.
Are you a patient? Bingo. Did you have an operation? The doctors tried hard to figure out how to help you. Do you understand that they were trying to help and not hurt?
Audio up, please, on Teresa by herself on the 5th floor where the suicide occurred.
Hello? There's anybody up here with me? Oh my God. Hello, my name is Teresa. I'm trying to talk to the nurse, the Waverly Hills nurse, who took her life here in 502.
The spirits associated with those victims of suicides, how is that different from like the patients that have died from tuberculosis?
Sometimes you can get stuck in the emotion of your death. So somebody who commits suicide, who's extremely depressed, they may be stuck in that emotion for a long time.
Okay, now I heard something over there. I understand how you must feel to have a child and not be married. I had a child when I was not married as well. And my situation was different. I had the support of my family and raised a very healthy, happy child. So I'm very sorry that you felt that you needed to take your life because of that. It's a very sad feeling up here.
What's wrong with her?
Let us know if you want us here.
Who heard that?
Who's that?
They just heard something big.
Check it, Teresa. She's been up there for a long time by herself.
It's a very sad feeling up here.
I think we could feel the experience she had through the expression on her face. Teams, you got 30 minutes left.
Here, if you come close to it,
What was that?
it'll light up.
No, there was something that just went across, right across the screen. It looked like a big ball light.
On the 3rd floor?
Yeah.
Possible missed opportunity.
I see a little bit more energy finally out of Dark Alley. Are you feeling a little bit better about part 2 of your investigation?
Absolutely. I haven't seen them staying still.
We are in your domain. Let us know if you want us here.
Who heard that?
Who's that?
What? You didn't hear that?
They just heard something big.
Whoa.
It sounded like someone tripped and
You didn't
fell.
hear that?
It was so loud.
Let us know if you want us here.
Who heard that?
Who's that? Let us know if you want us here.
Who heard that?
Who's that?
Who's in here? I just heard that.
Is that a door? That's a doorway out, right? To the left?
Yeah.
This one? Yeah, this is back into the hallway.
I just saw motion back there, like it went back into the hallway.
Can you play ball with me?
This is the room that the ball was being played with on the famous video that we showed them. So hopefully they're going to be able to reenact that and get the ball to interact with them.
Looks like it wants to move, you know? It's like,
I feel like it wants to move.
Can you ask him to turn night vision off real quick to show everybody what they're seeing? There you go. That's what they're seeing right there.
You know, if you're getting angry with shove me or whatever.
What happened?
Kathy got bumped.
this room is cursed.
She okay?
This room likes to draw blood from me. Man.
Let's leave.
Maybe it's a nurse. She wants to draw blood.
I think you know what you got to do right now.
Oh, yeah.
Conclusion?
We used all our women's intuition.
Women's intuition.
Our sensitivities as mothers, our empathy. We used all that, and that's something that they couldn't have used.
I think this is one of the most haunted places in America.
That's what I was going to say. It's definitely lived up to its reputation tonight.
Now that both investigations are officially completed, teams must lock up all of their materials and evacuate the premises until morning. The teams return the next morning to review their evidence. They'll present the 4 most compelling pieces captured during the competition.
Well, I saw the shadow.
2 audio and 2 visual.
And now it's time for judgment. This is all about pride, respect, credibility.
You know, we're competitive guys. We came here to win.
I don't want to go home without winning.
Reputations are at stake, and a woman's reputation is everything.
You guys ready to let the teams know how they did?
Yes.
Let's bring them in. Teams, come on in. Dark Alley Paranormal. How you guys doing?
Good.
Aaron,
Good.
Brian, Alex?
Doing well.
Did you guys have a good evidence review?
Yes, we did.
Did you find some stuff?
Yeah. All right.
So, without further ado, let's find out how you guys did in the history category. Beth.
You guys started off strong and went right in and directed all of your questioning towards the homeless man and his dog from the elevator shaft. And really, I think that was your strongest show of history for the whole night.
Another category is teamwork.
You know, I had a lot of concerns. You guys had a lot of low energy in the first half of the investigation. You guys definitely seemed to bring it for the second half.
Beth, how'd they do in technology?
I was a little distressed at first with the Mel meter because you kept it in hand a lot and it was moving all the time. I know that's really hard to get good, clear readings, but I did really score you highly on your meticulous note-taking.
I agree. I love note-taking, and I think that's going to probably help you guys in your evidence review.
Dark Alley Paranormal. Did you guys capture some evidence?
Yes, sir.
Let's move into the audio evidence category.
First one here was actually Brian doing the solo cam up on the 5th floor.
Where the suicide of the nurse occurred.
That's correct. I won't tell you what we think it says. You just listen.
Okay.
Sounds like it's telling them to get out of here.
I'm hearing turn around. What did you make out of it?
We thought it was get out of here, too.
Get out of here. Let me hear it again. Do you have a second piece of audio, Aaron?
Yeah, we have. This was Alex. He was in the body shoot, again, doing the solo cam.
Alex, did you have fun on the body shoot?
I have goosebumps right now, thinking about it.
Well, let's see if this voice had something to do with the noise you heard.
So if you have a message or something you want to... What the was that?
Godzilla.
Billy, can you replay it?
So if you have a message or something you want to...
Is it possibly a residual type sound?
Yeah.
I mean, you figure the thousands of bodies that were slammed down on those carts that went down into a hearse waiting below.
Yeah.
Did you capture any visual evidence, Aaron?
Yeah, we have one video clip.
Tell me about it.
It was one of our static cams. It was the IR static cam on the 4th floor. There's a sound followed by an anomaly, an orb.
It's got speed, a sense of direction.
Let's take a look at it. Keys jingling. Something right there.
Yeah.
Billy, can you do a replay, please? I think it's kind of cool how you have an unexplained noise.
Yeah.
And then you have something visual. We don't know what it is.
Right.
Let's ask the judges. What's your opinions? Anything?
I'm curious, as a team, if you're called into a home to investigate and the family supplies you with this piece of evidence, what would your thought be?
You know, try to find a probable cause for it.
You can always present it, but you still can't always guarantee it. Thank you, Dark Alley Paranormal, very much. You may be released.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. The winner of Paranormal Challenge, Waverly Hills Sanatorium, is...
Dark Alley Paranormal has delivered their evidence to the judges.
What the was that?
Godzilla.
Now it's Epic Paranormal's turn to present their evidence.
Team Epic, the Haunted Housewives. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Doing good? Dr. Heath, how did they do using the history?
I really liked how they used the history to compassionately connect with the spirits.
I also like that you took it upon yourselves to talk about the different medical procedures that were taking place here and engaging them. Did this work? How did that feel when this happened? I thought that was really a great use of history.
How well did they work together as a team?
liked how you guys worked together as a team. You did a really nice job with it. I would have liked to have seen someone besides Teresa do some of the POVs, and I was a little disappointed that you discouraged Kathy from doing it when she was interested.
We wanted to see you up there by yourself, Kathy. We really did.
Myself.
We really did.
I really wanted to go, but I kind of...
What made you not want to go up there? What made you?
Like, I really wanted to give it everything, and I would have been off on my concentration.
We're telling you, don't be uncomfortable. You did a fantastic job.
Much.
How well did they use the technology that was supplied to them?
I like the fact that you used all of it. I mean, you really made an effort to do that.
We tried.
You were having moments of feeling touched or heat. You have a thermal camera. I would have loved to have seen you employ that at that moment to see, can we capture a hand or something rubbing up against your arm or holding your hand?
All right, now the part everybody wants to see, evidence. Teresa, did your team capture some evidence?
We captured quite a bit of evidence.
Let's start with audio first. Bring up their first audio clip.
This was my solo mission down the body chute.
Teresa, you hear?
I hear it's upside down man. Now that comes from the line of questioning I was using. Bodies would go down and live people would go up.
Wow, I think I hear, don't try to hurt her. Teresa, did your team capture a second piece of audio evidence?
We did. We were on the 3rd floor in front of the elevator. There's my voice and then there's a response.
What a horrible way to die. How unfair.
Did you make out anything it was saying?
Down the shaft.
Let's hear it again. Team Epic, please present the judges with your first piece of visual evidence.
Our first piece of visual evidence was Darla and Kathy in the operating room, the surgical suite, while I was doing my solo mission on the 5th floor.
Awesome. Let's see it, Billy.
Are you a patient?
Wow. Right on cue.
Did you have an operation?
Wow. You were communicating with this spirit by using a device that the spirit found out is very easy to manipulate.
Did you have an operation?
Teresa, did your team capture a second piece of visual evidence?
We do. This next piece of evidence is in the 4th floor hallway as well. Kathy sees something with her eyes, and then we capture something on film.
Billy, let's watch it.
So where is this? Okay, something just came because I'm up and down.
If you saw it visually, almost holding something
We saw
up to see
something
if
happening down there.
I tend to be really skeptical with visual evidence anyway, and I do tend to lean towards an insect.
And typically with bugs, they come across as rods, but it's definitely a irregular type shape. Team Epic, Dark Alley, Paranormal, thank you both for presenting us with your evidence. You may be released at this time, and we'll call you back shortly with our decision. Let's start off by teamwork. Dr. Heath, how did you feel Team Epic did?
I feel like they did better because they worked together figuring out what to do next.
Dark Alley. There was such low energy. The team seemed to really just not gel together.
They were back and forth with their teamwork. It was inconsistent.
Let's move to history. I saw a very good use of history again by Team Epic. They got so down to the nitty-gritty details of what this location was all about.
Mrs. Higgs, we understand that you passed away at a very young age.
I would say in the first part of the investigation, the first 2 hours, I felt both teams were evenly matched. And then in my second part of the investigation, the big note I put was Dark Alley didn't seem to have any use of history.
In terms of technology, what are your thoughts?
What I liked about Epic is they really, even though they weren't familiar with some of the equipment, they really made an effort to use it all.
You know, I loved Dark Alley's use of short burst EVP.
You and your dog.
Yeah, did you hear that? All right, let's get to the evidence. I have a second piece of audio that Dark Alley presented to us.
Oh, I thought that was crazy.
That's definitely my top pick.
Yeah.
So if you have a message or something you want to...
The video evidence that Team Epic presented us, I mean, it was so dramatic. The detailing and the communication and the immediate responses that she was getting.
And as soon as they started asking these deep emotional questions, they started getting responses.
Are you a patient? Bingo.
All right, judges, I think we're all in agreement.
Yes.
Dr. Heath, Beth, Dave.
Definitely.
We found our winner. Let's go meet the teams.
We don't know what they're thinking. We know that our investigation was really well done. It's kind of just up in their hands, so that's the nerve-wracking part.
I think we did an amazing job. I think we ran circles around those young boys.
Team's the biggest part. Did you guys just have fun or what? And
absolutely.
Did you have fun?
It was awesome.
Dark Alley Paranormal, guys, just such professionalism and respectful investigators. Thank you. Team Epic, with such delicate history, you guys used it so well.
Thank you.
We want to thank you guys for being a part of the show with us. However, at the end of the day, there can only be one winner.
And with that said, the winner of Paranormal Challenge, Waverly Hills Sanatorium, is Team Epic. Congratulations, girls.
I feel like I just became Miss America.
This is how women react, okay?
So excited that we won Paranormal Challenge. This was the absolute best day of our paranormal experience. This was amazing.
I loved it. I mean, I'd do it, again in a heartbeat if I could.
Once-in-a-lifetime experience. You can't beat it.
And there you have it, another team earning the bragging rights on Paranormal Challenge. What do you say? Want to give it a try?